What's up, guys? Back with another video. I'm a little bit early on this one. Wednesday, whatever. It's midnight. I'll have another video tomorrow. Well, today as well, but a little bit later. My main videos, as my schedule says. But I just wanted to bring you this video just to show you guys some of this awesome stuff. Like, you can find this on Wikipedia yourself. Just Google ancient Sumerian kings list. Yeah, it's pretty awesome what's on here, but people like, oh yeah, what evidence is there of aliens and stuff? It's like, oh man, there's so much evidence that I mean, like, most people that ask the question, like, I mean, this is why, like, when people question me on this subject, it's like I try not to get into arguments because there's just so much stuff. So anyway, let's get into the video, and yeah, you guys can let me know what you think. So this is on Wikipedia. Like, it's all on there. You can just look it up yourself. Just search ancient Sumerian kings list, and it'll pop up. So we're going to dive straight into this video, and this is unscripted. I'm just reading what's on here. So the Sumerian kings list is an ancient text in the Sumerian language listing kings of Sumer, ancient southern Iraq. So, Iraq, Afghanistan, that kind of stuff. Like, around that area, that's where Sumer was. Long before Christ was a thing. So from Sumerian and neighboring dynasties, their supposed reign lengths and the location of the kingship. So kingship is basically which in American terms, county, or like it's the state of that particular place where the ruling happened. This text is preserved in several recessions. The list of kings is sequential, although modern research indicates many were contemporaries. So some were like, just like temporary kings, like they kind of, got overthrown. Reflecting the belief that kingship was handed down by the gods, keyword gods, so they're not actual gods, they're aliens, but let's continue, and could be transferred from one city to another, asserting to a hegemony in the region. So I guess hegemony is, transference of power, more or less. The final attested version of the king list, dating to the Middle Bronze Age, aimed to legitimize Isin's claims to hegemony when Isin competed for dominance with Lhasa and other neighboring city-states. There you go. That sort of meant, like, they're basically states of Iraq and stuff in southern Mesopotamia. In southern Mesopotamia. So Mesopotamia is like the whole Middle Eastern region as a whole, but this is more talking about southern Mesopotamia. So let's continue in here. I mean, for reference in this, you can talk about this. You can have a look at this stuff on the side. Antediluvian rulers, first dynasty of Kish, first rulers of Uruk, first dynasty of I'm not sure how to say that. Dynasty of Awan, second dynasty of Kish, dynasty of Hamazi, second dynasty of Uruk, second dynasty of dynasty of Adab, dynasty of Mari, and all them. So have a look through them if you really want to. So I'm just going to give a brief talk about this stuff coming. So composition, the list blends prehistorical presumably mythical, obviously. Presumably mythical. Obviously, they would be talking about like presumably, as this couldn't possibly be correct. Mythical pre-dynastic rulers enjoying implausibly lengthy reigns that'll come into play later, with later more plausibly historical dynasties. Although the primal kings are historically unattested, that does not preclude their possible correspondence with historical rulers who were later mythicized. Some Assyriologists view the pre-dynastic kings as a later fictional addition. Of course they would. Only one ruler listed is known to be female. There's only one ruler is known to be female. Oh man, how dare they? How, yeah. I mean, I read through this like ages ago, but I mean, now with all the whole fucking like feminist shit coming through, only one listed ruler is known to be female, Kagabal, the female tavern keeper, who alone accounts for the third dynasty of Kish, the earliest listed ruler who's historically as who they didn't word this question right, but whatever, who's historically has been archaeologically verified as Enmebaragesi of Kish, circa 2600 BC. Reference to him. Say, and I'm confused. Didn't he just say? Hang on. Oh, wait. So I'm confused. What is he? Is this guy transgender or something? Because they said female Kagbal, and then listed ruler who's historically has been archaeologically verified as Enmebaragesi of Kish, circa 2600 BC. Reference to him and his successor, Aga of Kish, in the Epic of Gilgamesh. You should really check that out, by the way, if you're into this stuff. Has led to speculation that Gilgamesh himself may have been a historical king of Uruk. 3 dynasties are absent from the list. The Lhasa dynasty, which vied for power with the included Isin dynasty during the Isin-Lhasa period, and the 2 dynasties of Lagash, which respectively preceded and ensued the Akkadian Empire, when Lagash exercised considerable influence in the region. Lagash, in particular, is known directly from archaeological artifacts dating from circa 2500 BC. The list is important to the chronology of the 3rd millennium BC. However, the fact that many of the dynasties listed reigned simultaneously from varying localities make it difficult to reproduce a strict linear chronology. So, yeah, it's hard to figure out like which of these dynasties like happened at the same time, but we can be pretty much sure that they happened around about the same time, give or take 20, 30, 40, 50 years BC. So going down a little bit, the 2 sources marked WB are part of the Weld Bundle collection, donated by Herbert Weld Blundell. Blundell. I meant to say it before. It to the Ashmolean Museum. WB62 is a small clay tablet inscribed only on one side, unearthed from Lhasa. It is the oldest dated source at circa 2000 BC. It contains the list. WB44, in contrast with, is a unique inscribed vertical prism dated circa 1817 BC, although some scholars prefer circa 1827 BC. The Kish tablet, or Shiel dynastic tablet, is an early 2nd millennium BC tablet which came into possession of Jean Vincent Shiel, but only contains list of entries for 4 Sumerian cities. Little 12 there, I don't know what that means. UCBC 9-1819 is a clay tablet housed in the collection of the Museum of Anthropology at the University of California. The tablet was inscribed during the reign of the Babylonian king Samsu-iluna, or slightly earlier, with the earliest date of 1712 BC. The dynastic chronicle, ABC 18, is a Babylonian king list. On 6 columns. Where am I? Another of the Neo-Assyrian fragments of Uruk, circa 640 BC, but contains a variant form of the antediluvians on the list. The later Babylonian kings and Assyrian king lists repeated the earliest proportions of the list, thus preserving them well into the 3rd century BC. At this time, Berossus wrote Babylonica, which popularized fragments of the list in the Hellenic world. In 1960, the Apkulu list tablet number W.2030, space 7, or Uruk list of kings and sages, ULKS, was discovered by German archaeologists at an ancient temple at Uruk. The list, dating to circa 165 BC, contains a series of kings equivalent to the Sumerian antediluvians called Apkuli. List. Okay, now we get into the good part. Man, these names are confusing. You wait till start reading the list of names and shit on this list. Like, this shit gets fucking complicated. So we got early dates approximate and based on available archaeological data. For most of the pre-Akkadian rulers listed, the king's list itself the king's list itself the lone source of information. So they don't have any other, ways of verifying that this is accurate, apart from the actual kings itself, which is from the ancient Sumerian text, which it's kind of funny because they're like, oh, like you can tell this is like people trying to oh no, like look at these years, like something's going on here, like that's how dare they talk about aliens. So beginning with Legal Zagi C, the third dynasty of Uruk, which was defeated by Sargon of Akkad. A better understanding of how subsequent rulers fit into the chronology of the ancient Near East can be deduced. The short chronology is used here. So this is the short chronology. I wonder what the long chronology looks like. So none of the antediluvian rulers. None of the following pre-dynastic antediluvian rulers. That's a hard way to say antediluvian. Rulers have been verified as historical by archaeological excavations, epigraphical inscriptions, or otherwise. While there is no evidence they ever reigned as such, the Sumerians purported them to have lived in the mythical era before the Great Deluge, so the Great Flood, more or less. Some modern scholars believe the Sumerian deluge story corresponds to localized river flooding at Shuruppak, modern Tel Farah, Iraq, and various other cities as far north as Kish, as revealed by a layer of riverine sediments, radiocarbon dated to circa 2900 BC, which interrupt the continuity of settlement polychrome pottery from the Jamdet Nasser period, circa 3000 to 2900 BC, was discovered immediately below this Shuruppak flood stratum. So it co-aligns with the whole Bible story of the Great Flood, more or less. So the antediluvian rains were measured in Sumerian numerical units known as SARS, units of 3600. So SARS 3600, 600 ners, and saucers, so units of 60. So it's pretty much like how we measure out our days, months, and years, but theirs is, instead of 1, 12, and 1, theirs is 3600, 660. So attempts have been made to map these numbers into more reasonable regnal lengths. So now this is where it gets kind of weird. So let's have a look at it. I'm only going to go this far in this episode, in this video, and I'll go down the list later on and do a proper analysis and calculation. But yeah, let's have a look at this first little part. So after the kingship descended from heaven, the kingship was in Eridu. In Eridu, Elulim became king. He ruled for 28,800 years. What? Oh man, what? They clearly know what years are, because they're saying them, So 8 years, units of 3,600. So let's get my calculator here, see if this is accurate. So we got 8 times 3,600. Look at that. That's perfect. It's 28,800 years. Alright, let's have a look at the next one. So Elulim, he ruled for 8 Tsars, 28,800 years. And then we got Elengar. It's a tough name to say. 10 Tsars, 36,000. Yeah, 36,000 years. So we got, let's say, 10 times 3,600, 36,000 years. That's spot on as well. Oh, this is crazy. Then Eridug fell, and the kingship was taken to Tibara, Bad with a dash in there. Enmenluana, 12 SARS, 43,200 years. So good. 43,200 years, and then we're going to go, what was it? We're going, 3,600 years times 12. Yep, perfect. Look at that, 43,200. Exactly the same number as there. Now let's have a look at the next one. Enmengalana. So that would probably be like this guy's son. They have similar names. So yeah, I'd imagine that's that guy's son. He ruled for 8 SARS. So you got 3,600 times 8. 28. That's spot on as well. God damn. So now next we got Dumuzid the shepherd. And then here's got the shepherd. It's like we're supposed to care. We don't give a fuck, the shepherd. You know? Could be like a peasant or whatever. It doesn't matter. But so he ruled for 10 SARS, and that says 36,000 years. So let's have a quick little correction here. Let's see if they're right. 3,600 times 10. 36,000. He's spot on too. And then now the Bad Tabira fell, and the kingship was taken to Larag. And then we got Sipid Zid Anna, and he ruled for a total of 8 SARS, 28,800 years. So get back to a calculator. 3,600 times 8. 28,800. That's perfect. So now we're up to the Larag fell, and the kingship was taken to Zibir, or Zibir, however you say that. And then we've got Enmenderana. That looks like I reckon this dude was like these two dudes' cousin or something, and then this dude was like directly related to them because he's got more of the syllables. His name, like he seems like more related. So yes, there's he Simbia. So it must be like a different middle Mesopotamian city or something. And then we got Enmenderana, 5 SARS and 5 NERS. So if we're gonna look at NERS is 600. So we're gonna go 600 times 5. 3,000, so keep that in mind. So get 3,000, and then we're gonna go 3,600. Oh shit! Get back one times 5. 18,000 plus 3,000. 21,000. Bam! That's 100% perfect as well. So that's all accurate so far, this whole lot. And then we got Zimbia fell to, and the kingship was taken to Shurapag. And then we've got Ubara Tutu, who served for 5 SARS and 1 NER, 18,600 years. Let's quickly check if that's right. So we got 3,600 times 5, 18,000 1 ner is 600 years. Bam. Plus 600. There you go. So that's that first section covered mathematically. All their stuff, what they're saying here, as well as the way of calculating it here is correct. I mean, there's a lot more stuff coming, because like, look at this list. Check this out. Ready? You ready for it? Ready for it? Look at this shit. Scroll down, scroll down. Keep scrolling. Look at this guy. Karum. He only lasted 1 year and he was fucked. Oh, this guy did 1 year too. Ibrahim. And scroll down a bit further. Yeah, those are the two lowest rulers. So we got Ibrahim and where's the other dude? There he is, Kurum. Yeah, there's the only two that are 1 year. All the rest at least like had multiple years where they ruled. But eventually I'll make other episodes of this, or other video series of this going through the years. I mean, these guys didn't say how many SARS or NERS they did, but we could probably figure them out if we went all the way through them. But I don't know if I'll bother really doing that. Like, I mean, this is the main one that really matters, because I mean, look at these year time frames of like ruling a city. Look at them. Like, they're in the thousands of years. And they got weird ass names. Elim, Elangar, En-Men Luana, En-Men Galana, Dumuzid the Shepherd. I want to know why this guy's called the Shepherd. Oh wait, there we go. Dumuzid, later known by the alternative form of Tammuz, is an ancient Mesopotamian god associated with shepherds, who was also the primary consort of the goddess Inanna. In Sumerian mythology, Dumuzid's sister was Gesh-Tinana, the goddess of agriculture, fertility, and I think dreaming. So yeah, there you go. There's a little bit of ancient Sumerian kings list for you, and yeah, I've got a lot more coming with this sort of stuff. I just thought I should quickly cover this in the video, and yeah, see you guys all in the next video.